All right. Call this meeting to order. Determine there's a quorum present. Commissioner Vasquez, Commissioner Flores, and myself. That does consist of a quorum. Commissioner Wardlaw and Commissioner Garcia are both out in training. If y'all will please rise for the Pledge of Allegiance. Commissioner Vasquez, if you don't mind.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. I pledge the Texas flag. I pledge allegiance to thee, Texas, one state, under God, one and indivisible.
Thank y'all.
Put my reading glasses
The thing is, when you on your reading glasses, sometimes you're looking for them and then you have them on. Yeah, I'm sorry. I just got off. Approving minutes. Motion to approve. A motion, Commissioner Flores. Second, Commissioner Vasquez. All in favor? Aye. Anybody against? Motion carries 3-0. Citizens' comments, I had none. Item 7, approving monthly reports from elected officials. Move.
Second.
A motion, Commissioner Flores. Second, Commissioner Vasquez. Any questions? All those in favor? Aye. Anybody against? Motion carries 3-0. Item 8, approving bills for payment. Motion to approve is presented.
Second, Judge.
A motion, Commissioner Flores. Second, Commissioner Vasquez. Any questions? We're all good. All those in favor? Aye. Anybody against? Motion carries 3-0. Item 9, discussion possible action approve auditor's report.
Motion to approve. Is there anything that we need?
No, that they're in there, but there is nothing
Nothing's there, nothing major.
major. There we go.
You take care of it.
Rinse and repeat. Yes.
Commissioner, did you give a second?
I'll give a second.
I have a motion, Commissioner Flores, and Commissioner Vasquez. All those in favor? Aye. Anybody against? Motion carries 3-0. Item 10, discussion possible item certification of revenue, county attorney 256 with travel and travel reimbursement from the Texas District County Attorneys Association.
Motion to approve.
Second, Judge.
Commissioner Flores, second Commissioner Vasquez. All those in favor? Aye. Anybody against? Motion carries 3-0. Joanne or somebody, if somebody will remind me in case I pass the 9-10 hearing. That is set in my deal. Let's go on to item 14. We do have one. Discussion possible action to approve the treasurer's report.
Motion to approve.
I will second that, Judge.
I have a motion, Commissioner Flores, second Commissioner Vasquez. Any questions on the treasurer's report? All those in favor? Aye. Anybody against? Motion carries 3-0. Discussion possible action on distribution of water totes that are at the fairgrounds, which have already been declared surplus. We brought in 60 totes when we did, we handed out the disinfectant. Ken Smith actually is the one that donated them to the county. Mario from Precinct 1 had asked if he could go pick some up. Told him I'll just put an item on the agenda. I don't know exactly how many are there, but if the commissioners would like to go pick some of them up, they've already been declared surplus. We can figure out who ended up with them, and we'll keep track of that. Mario was thinking he was probably going to use the totes. A couple of them like to put oil in when they go patching or whatever. Instead of in 5-gallon cans, you can put it in the 250-gallon tote.
Judge, you don't have an idea how many there are? I mean, 10, 20, or 30, or maybe?
As of right now, I don't know. Yeah,
We'll split it 4 ways or something like that? Or?
Well, if we could keep some there, if y'all want, I'll send a text right now.
Okay.
And figure out how many are left, because I asked for a count. I just hadn't received the count.
Okay.
If y'all want to table this and then bring it back.
Motion to table. Second.
Motion, Commissioner Vasquez. Motion, second, Commissioner Flores. All those in favor? Aye. Anybody against? Motion carries 3-0. Melissa, can you text that Monday?
I'm finding out.
I thought that's what you were doing. Thank you, ma'am. Item 14, discussion possible action on approving bonds for elected officials.
16.
Huh?
16.
15?
Motion to approve, Judge.
Okay, let me.
Second.
Item 16, I'm sorry. Motion Commissioner Vasquez, second Commissioner Flores. All those in favor? And it is item 16. Thank y'all. Item 17, discussion possible action approved draw request number 11 under Colonial Self-Help Center, contract number CSH 22-0201, and authorize county judge and county auditor to sign.
I'll second that for discussion. How much is the draw for?
It's in the packet. It should be in the packet. Let's look at it. Jesus Christ. It has different numbers or?
Yeah, it does.
So I would say that the draw, you're not gonna draw the whole 291,000, probably this request, it would seem like it's $36,703. Yes. Okay. And with these Colonia grants, I know that they were looking at getting us more money, because some of the other counties had not used their money. There was another $1 million that looked like we might end up with, but would be brought back to the court. Okay?
Yes, sure. Thank you.
Motion Commissioner Vasquez, second Commissioner Flores. All those in favor? Aye. Anybody against? Motion carries 3-0. Discussion possible, item 18, discussion possible action to approve draw.
Motion to approve, Judge.
Second.
Motion Commissioner Flores, second Commissioner Vasquez. All those in favor? Aye. Anybody against? Motion carries 3-0. If you don't mind, let me look real quick. That way we just, because then I'm going to take a little bit of time. Okay. If y'all don't mind, I'm going to go to item 31. We've got people here that represent Little League and Soccer League, stuff like that. Item 31, discussion possible action to approve the utilization of encumbered ARPA funds for irrigation system at Alcoa Little League fields. ARPA funds were encumbered funds were for Alcoa parking lot. We set aside funds out of two different accounts in ARPA that were both for the parks to repave the parking lot, put crushed base between the asphalt and the ditch, and then repave that area. The problem that we're having right now is it doesn't do any good to pave the parking lot if the fields are no good.
Yeah.
So, we have the ability to, since these funds were already encumbered for that project, to go ahead and use those funds if the court deems necessary to go in there and do the sprinkler system, which they believe is necessary, the county and the individuals using the fields. And one of the other things that we would like to look at is that we had 8 light poles. Carlos, you stop me at whatever point I'm wrong. We had 8 light poles that we were going to use at Alcoa Field that had been donated by, again, Kim Smith. If we could use those light poles over at the soccer fields and come up with a plan, bring that plan back to the court for approval, but use some of these funds also. First, the sprinkler system, we'll bring it back, and then the light poles at the soccer fields, using the existing light poles that we have, but we'll need to do concrete bases and lights. I cover everything? Okay. I just need approval in order to use this money for the sprinkler system.
Motion to approve funds for
Go
the
ahead.
Alcoa field.
Yeah, it's going to contain a budget adjustment. We move the funds over.
How much money did we set aside?
We set aside almost $200,000. There was 150 something, and we're looking at 40 some odd $50,000, right at $200,000. And they were out of 2 different accounts that were both listed out of ARPA for parks. Did I miss something? I don't have the exact number, but the 200,000 is really close. I'm within a couple thousand.
That's what we're moving.
910.
Huh?
910.
9, okay. You made the motion, Chris?
Yes, sir.
Motion, Commissioner Flores, second Commissioner Vasquez. All those in favor? Aye. I want to thank y'all for coming. I know that y'all were here in case we needed, to give an explanation for everything. I want to thank y'all for taking the time to come. If y'all want to say a couple words, are y'all okay? Y'all good?
Yeah, we can. Thank you for
obviously giving us the time, and we're here in the board, we have our president, our coaching coordinator, and coaching directors here. We really believe in providing a place for our kids to play soccer, and we appreciate all the support that we've been getting from you guys and from the community. We truly believe in developing these kids, and with the lives that you guys are going to be able to provide for us, is huge for these kids to be able to practice after hours, and you guys know with it getting dark. And we do really appreciate the support you guys have been giving us, and we look forward to continue to grow the fields. And I know that with Roland, that's help also been huge with helping the fields kind of develop and grow. And really thank you for your time and for allowing us to be here.
Okay, I really do thank y'all for coming. Thank y'all so much, and thank you for everything you do for our kids. I think soccer league's up to about 600.
Almost 7.
Almost 700. Wow. Okay. Thank y'all so much. Thank y'all.
Thank you.
We're going to go into public hearing to receive public comments on target range grant draft environmental assessment. The draft environmental assessment has been made available for a 30-day public review beginning December 18th, 2024 through January 21st, 2025. Open the public hearing at this time on the target range environmental assessment. Does anybody want to speak for it or against it? It's all good, right, Carl? So far, yeah? You want to give us a little?
Thank you, Judge. It's just a requirement with the Texas Parks and Wildlife that you give the community the opportunity to make a comment on the environmental assessment. This has been a long journey, and we're very close to the very end. And so this is what kind of the last step to complete. Anybody in the community want to make a comment on the project or basically on the environmental assessment? The environmental assessment's been reviewed by Texas Parks and Wildlife, but they did require the county to conduct a 30-day comment period. It's been posted on the website. It's been posted on the county clerk's public announcement board. The end date actually is on a Saturday. This coming Saturday is actually 30 days. So we're going to the following week. Monday's a holiday, so we're actually going through Tuesday. It'd be the final day of the public comment because we have it followed on the weekend and also followed by a holiday. So at the end of that comment period, if there's no comments, we will incorporate that information into the environmental assessment. Say that there's no comments and everybody was good. It'd be incorporated into the final report and submitted to the Texas Parks and Wildlife, and that should be the final deal on the environmental assessment. So we're real close.
And the environmental, since we're talking about environmental, this is the same process that we'll need to do with the project behind the 7th and 8th grade. Behind the 7th and 8th grade, the sports complex.
Yeah, the environmental
We're talking
assessment.
about environmental. No, go ahead, Carl.
Okay.
Just don't look that way. Yeah.
That's continuing and ongoing. We've gotten clearance from a lot of the other agencies. The Texas Historical Commission did request that we do an archaeological assessment out there on those 15 acres north of the football field, and so that is continuing and ongoing. Yeah, other than that, we've not had any other comments from any other state and federal
Basically,
agencies.
same process.
We're probably we're still on target for clear that in the month of March.
That'll work.
Yeah.
Thank you, sir.
Yes, sir.
Does anybody else have any comments on the target range? It's 9:14, then I'm going to close the public hearing. Item 13, approve an affidavit of posting environmental assessment for Valverde County target range. There's a motion, Commissioner Vasquez, second Commissioner Flores. All those in favor? Aye. Anybody against? Motion carries 3-0. I was rushing y'all right now because I had to get to the public hearing, so we're going to go back to this. I think it's important, if y'all don't mind, Commissioners. And I know you don't feel good, so we'll try to.
No, no. All good news for me.
All right. On item 31, we'll go back to item 31. Don't leave, don't leave. If y'all will come up, we're gonna go back to item 31. No, come on up, come on up. Y'all come up. Karen wanted to get, yeah, come on up.
Our cutest step out or step in.
And I'm gonna talk a little bit. The fields, this court, especially the members that are here, this court, when we did Frontera Road, the plan was to use that material. We could have used it somewhere else, but the plan was to use the material there. We took a little bit of long time with longer than expected with the fields. But the plan was to get them usable versus, we had areas that for no reason would either have water in it when it wasn't raining or you know, we had areas that we couldn't use. So this court, had all the material delivered there, most of the material delivered in order to raise the fields. Then, the court also approved, money to haul sand, do sprinkler system, which the fields have never had a sprinkler system. It's always been running hoses and, you know, a sprinkler and hope it works. We had it reseeded, the court had it reseeded. But along with y'all, because y'all laid out the fields different, sort of, I think y'all ended up with more fields the way they were laid out this time. We want to thank y'all, for everything that y'all do. I know that, you know, the court right now took action to help with the sprinkler systems with the baseball field and, move forward, with the lighting. So we'll come up with a plan, and then bring it back to the court. And we really, you know, my main thing is we want to thank y'all for everything that y'all do. And I want to thank the court too. We have spent, a ton of money out there. We really have. And you can tell by the way the court votes that they believe in our kids, and we believe in y'all. All right?
Awesome.
Thank y'all so much
for your support.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Guys. Thank you.
Thank you.
Ahora, ¿dónde estoy?
32.
Item 19, Carlos, you were already up here and you sat down. Discussion of possible action on second amendment to CBP lease number HSBP 7223 LDA 1335 between U.S. Customs Border Patrol and Valverde County and authorized county judge to sign. This is the little tower that they're, not little, but this is a tower that has already come before us twice. This is the third time that they either move it or do something with it. It's the one on, going into Laughlin on the SC Ranch. David got up.
No,
Oh, your knee? Oh, okay. You scared me. Yeah, I know. Basically, we're asking for approval again to redo it. It's already gone before the county attorney, and they've agreed that it's all right according to form.
Motion to approve, Judge.
I will second that, Judge.
I have a motion, Commissioner Flores and Commissioner Vasquez. All those in favor? Aye. Anybody against? Motion carries 3-0. Item 20, discussion possible action on revision of replat establishing lot B1 and B2, Block 4 Valverde Park Estates out of 1B, Block 4, as previously recorded in slide 468, Valverde County Map of Records.
Is it first notice, Mr. Carlos?
Yes, correct. This is the permission to post it on the county website and then send notices to the owners within 200 feet. And I need to bring it back after 30 days, but it will be in 6 weeks.
Okay.
So I'll bring it back for final approval. This is located within precinct 2, outside of the city of the real jurisdiction city limits, but inside with the ATJ.
Motion to approve.
Second.
I have a motion, Commissioner Vasquez, second Commissioner Flores. Any other discussion? All those in favor? Motion carries. Aye. Motion carries 3-0. Item 21, discussion possible action on the revision of replat establishing lots A, B, and C. Los Ranchitos subdivision is shown on the map records in slide 136, side B, slide 62, side 124, slide 63, side 125.
Motion to approve, Judge.
Thank you. Appreciate it.
Second.
Many slides.
Motion, Commissioner Flores and Commissioner Vasquez. It's all good, right?
Yes, sir. Yes.
All those in favor? Aye. Anybody against? Motion carries 3-0. Item 22, discussion possible action on adopt the county ordinance order requiring street signs for new subdivisions. We've talked about this once before. We have a couple of subdivisions that are fixing to come forward, that are through the pipeline. and I'm gonna use, the subdivision that I brought to the court. There was no requirements to put up stop signs. We put them up as a developer. I think the developer needs to be the one that is burdened with the cost of any signage, whether it be stop signs, speed limit, slow down, the names of the streets. But that needs to be part of our deal. I think in precinct 3, Commissioner Garcia says, I think there's 20 stop signs or something that he's fixing to order for that out there. And street signs, and those are going to be a cost to the county. So at the end of the day, we need to, I think, begin or set aside at least at the bare minimum that any type of signage that is needed for the subdivisions, the developer incurs the cost. There is.
Judge.
Okay.
I believe that the order that has been proposed, Judge, is lacking, because it doesn't indicate what the punishment for a violation would be.
And we could
So
bring
we just need to finalize that, so long as it's approved.
Pending that.
Pending the completion of.
Motion accept.
Motion.
What replacement costs? On the replacement costs, are we replacing them too?
Well, the replacement cost, we had talked a little bit about that. I wanted to sort of take one bite of this elephant at a time, because the more we talked, the worse it got. And we went from a 2-page deal to now we were going to end up with a document as thick as this. He wanted to bring back something, the code, the transportation code, not the transportation code, the other one. Uniformity code. And I said, well, there's stuff in there that the commissioners might not want. So if we adopt it, then we're going to end up creating another mess for us. So why don't we present something right now that we can sort of pass, and then as we go along, if we need to add to it, we can. But we already have something. Yes, sure.
Judge, on the streets are named, are they reported to the 911 system?
Before the streets are named during the plating process, they have to be reported to 911 in order to get confirmation of the streets.
Okay.
One of the things with the nameplates for the streets, like I was telling Carlos, you know, some precincts have blue, some precincts have green signs, just to be uniform, at least in that precinct. You know, there has also, there has to be an ability to individuals, and I'm going to say like myself, as a developer, that I put up the stop signs, but I need to be able to purchase the nameplates in order to put them up, or be able to pay the county if the county's willing to put them up. So there needs to be,
We've got sales tax issues and all that, but we can work through it.
okay, thank you. I like the part where you said we can work through it. I appreciate it. I have a motion, Commissioner Flores,
Second, Judge.
second Commissioner Vasquez. All those in favor? Aye. Anybody against? Motion carries. Thank you. Thank you so much. Item 23, discussion possible action to purchase Zoom Pro licenses at an estimated cost of,
Motion to approve, Judge.
Second.
and there's going to be, I have a motion, Commissioner Vasquez, and Commissioner Flores. There's just going to be a change to the, instead of the Zoom.
Instead of the Zoom Pro license, it's a Zoom Business Class license. Cost is accurate.
Same thing.
Yes, sir.
I will tell you, now that I've got him up here, when we were going back and looking at what we had set aside for in 2010, 2011 budget for y'all, we did not have a information technology department. And this court set aside in one line item $186,000, another line item $190 some odd $1,000. And those line items in 2010, 2011, they were $80,000 between them. So because of the efforts of this court again, and especially our information technology, our supervisor or our guru or whatever we want to call it, well, not whatever, but I want to thank you. You know, we were literally, in the sheriff's office, I think was the one that was hurt the most, but he would have to call and then sort of get on a schedule for somebody to go out there and work. And through I guess the guidance and the vision of Judge Allen, she's the first one that said that we needed a information technology department. even though you did sit right here on the bench for 2 weeks because we didn't have a place for you. But it's impressive, what you do for us. It really is.
Well,
Thank you
thank
so
you.
much.
Thank you. Thanks for the support.
Thank
Before the
you.
vote, because there's a difference or a variance from the item.
Part of the motion.
Accept that, Judge.
Okay. All right, I had a motion, Commissioner Vasquez, and Commissioner Flores. All those in favor? Aye. Anybody against? Motion carries 3-0. Item 24, discussion possible action to ratify the liability contribution and coverage declarations proposal that has been signed by Judge Owens. We signed, if you want to get up here, John, if you don't mind. It's having to do, I guess, basically with our computers, if we get hacked type deal. And there was, one of them that was for $500,000, but a $5,000 deductible, or $1 million coverage with a $10,000 deductible, and that's the highest coverage that we could get.
Right now.
And we're gonna be working towards trying to get the $2 million coverage. But, I signed it, because last week, beginning of last week, sometimes I thought it was important to actually have coverage. And I signed the bigger one, the $1 million coverage with the $10,000 deductible. And I'd like, if the court approves that, then we'll ratify it. We do have $100,000 set aside in a line item for deductibles, which is the first time that we've ever done that. But there is $100,000 under non-departmental fees for deductibles. So if we needed the money, that's probably where it'd come from if we hadn't already eaten it up.
Right, or we can convert that to Bitcoin in case we do that. I'm just teasing.
Yeah. If y'all are okay with it, I just need a motion.
Yeah, motion to approve, Judge, to ratify the liability contribution.
I have a motion, Commissioner Flores and Commissioner Vasquez. All those in favor? Aye. Anybody against? Motion carries 3-0. Item 25, discussion possible action to approve the addition of a new Spectrum VoIP account to add a conference phone to juvenile detention office.
Motion to approve, Judge.
What is this all about?
They're looking for another phone line.
Okay. Second.
I have a motion, Commissioner Vasquez, second Commissioner Flores. All those in favor? Aye. Anybody against? Motion carries 5-0. Item 26, discussion possible action to approve the purchase of an LPR from Vetted Solutions in the amount of $41,247.71 for the Sheriff's Office.
Motion to approve.
I have a motion, Commissioner Flores, second Commissioner Vasquez. All those in favor? Aye. Anybody against? Motion carries 3-0. Item 27, discussion possible action to approve the purchase of a new pressure washer from Washing Equipment of Texas in the amount of $9,588 for Precinct 2.
Second.
I have a motion, Commissioner Vasquez, second Commissioner Flores. All those in favor? Aye. Anybody against? Motion carries 3-0. Item 28, discussion possible action to approve the purchase of a batwing cutter from ASCO in the amount of $15,000.
Motion to approve.
Second, Judge.
I have a motion, Commissioner Flores, second Commissioner Vasquez. All those in favor?
Aye.
Anybody against? Motion carries 3-0. So far, you're doing pretty good. Item 29 and item 37, we'll talk about both of those at the same time. Item 29, discussion possible action to set aside funds for utilization of the Civic Center to hold future case trials and/or jury selection for our district courts due to the elevator being inoperable for the next 3 to 4 months, and to authorize county judge to sign an agreement if required. The city of Del Rio has been generous and cooperative, not charging in the past when the county has requested the use of the venues. If you all don't mind, I'll read item 37. Maybe. Item 37, discussion possible action regarding the designation of the Del Rio Civic Center located 915 Veterans Boulevard, Del Rio, Texas, as an auxiliary courtroom to be used by the district and county court at law courts pursuant to 292.001 parentheses B of the Texas Local Code. So the motion would be to,
Motion to approve, have the judge sign?
Yeah, there is
And
an
designate.
order. The district judge is a new judge, so there is, I think it's a part of the package.
yeah, it is. So just motion to give me permission to sign.
And I will second that, Judge.
Okay. And if the funds are needed, I don't want to have to come back to the court and if we're having some type of court date, they need to use it between the 2 weeks that we have. What would be the best way that would give you the authority to use contingency money?
Yeah, just this right here,
Got
this motion, that'll work good.
That work?
I would imagine there'll be a contract involved with it now.
Yes, yeah. And at that point, we can bring it back to ratify. I just don't want them to have to wait on us to get something done. Okay. Motion for me to sign and money to come out of contingency as needed. Is that okay with you?
Yes, sir.
I have a motion, Commissioner Flores, second Commissioner Vasquez. All those in favor? Aye. Anybody against? Motion carries 3-0. Discussion possible action for approval to declare the following line of surplus property designated for property disposition.
Second.
A motion, Commissioner Vasquez, second Commissioner Flores. All those in favor? Aye. Anybody against? Motion carries 3-0. Item 31, we've already done. Item 32, discussion possible action to prohibit outdoor burning in a
Motion to approve.
I have a motion, Commissioner Flores.
Second.
Second, Commissioner Vasquez. All those in favor? Aye. Anybody against? Motion carries 3-0. Item 33, discussion possible action authorizing Sheriff Joe Frank to create a lieutenant, a sergeant, and administrative supervisor position using SB 22 funds.
Is this 2 positions?
There's 3 positions. 3? He's going to be, there will be 3 positions that they will be eliminating that are currently, using SB 22 funds. So the money between what the county pays, which is about $39,882.89, times 3, and then the amount of money that that the 3 positions will create, and the difference between all that, is about $25,358.59. And the reason that one's so high, but we already have SB 22 money that is being used for those positions between the $39,882 and the $45,000.
So there is money there for the position.
There is money for the positions. It's not going to cost the county any more funds than what the positions that he's, doing
Motion
away
to
with.
approve,
are going to
Judge.
cost us. There you go.
Second, Judge.
Thank you. I have a motion, Commissioner Flores, second Commissioner Vasquez. All those in favor? Aye. Anybody against? Motion carries. Thank you. Fantastic, sir.
You're in the position, so without.
He did. Item 34, discussion of possible action on approval to extend temporary positions with county agent for 6 months. We had done a 3-month period. The young lady that's there, is probably still out on FMLA, without going into more conversations. So we were gonna do another 3-month period, and I thought it'd be better to extend it another 6 months. The funds that they're using are out of payroll, and that individual that was there before is not getting paid at this time anyway. So the money's there out of the same budget.
Judge, county agents.
Tommy?
Oh, okay.
Tommy.
It's only one? It said agents on there, that's why.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay.
Motion to approve, Judge.
Second.
No, yes, sir, there's only one. And motion, Commissioner Flores, second Commissioner Vasquez. All those in favor? Aye. Anybody against? Motion carries 3-0. Item 35, discussion possible action to the acceptance of a 2025 cafeteria plan with them and authorize county judge to sign. It's the insurance plan.
Motion to approve, Judge.
Second.
A motion, Commissioner Vasquez, second Commissioner Flores. All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Anybody against? Motion carries 3-0. Also, because it is a cafeteria plan, it is insurance, $679 and change is what we're up to per employee per month. That's what this county's paying, which is pretty impressive. And when people think that this isn't a good place to work, with what the court and our auditors and our HR and everybody does for us in order to keep us safe. Again, we're $679 a month per employee, plus $14 and change for dental.
Yes.
Yeah, it's pretty impressive. Okay, item 36. Discussion possible action approving
Motion
HR.
to approve, presented, Judge.
Motion, Commissioner Flores, second, Commissioner Vasquez.
Second, Judge.
All those in favor? Aye. Anybody against? Motion carries 3-0. Discussion possible, we did 37. discussion possible action authorizing David E. Martinez, County Attorney, to reinstate the Texas Commission Law Enforcement T-Close number 465130. David?
Thank you, Judge. Commissioners, back in the, the end of 2008, the county attorney's office had an investigator at the time, Oscar Gonzalez. Mr. Gonzalez left at the beginning of 2009 to join the sheriff's office, and the county attorney's office never had an investigator since then. The reason that we put this item on the agenda is that at the time that we had an investigator with Mr. Gonzalez, the county attorney's office was considered an agency for TCO purposes, and we could carry the license of our investigator. Obviously, it went dormant because it was not used anymore, and basically all we're asking is that we be reactivated again. But in order for us to get TCO clearance, we need the court to approve the reactivation.
Motion to approve.
Second.
I have a motion. Commissioner Vasquez. Second. Commissioner Flores. All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Anybody against? Motion carries 3-0. Item 39. Discussion possible action to authorize the issuance of a credit card.
Motion to approve. Second.
Motion Commissioner Vasquez, second Commissioner Flores. All those in favor? 3-0. We've got some members from City Council here. I want to thank y'all for joining us. Anytime that we get other elected officials just to come in and visit, y'all are always welcome. Thank y'all so much for taking the time. I'm going to go to judges' comments real quick because some of this has something to do with the city. We entered into a contract, the city and the county, so I want to thank y'all. I thanked the mayor and the city manager yesterday in the meeting we were in, and I was trying to make it to y'all's meeting yesterday, but we had grandkids. But I want to thank y'all. The contract is a $223,000 contract, which is more than what we were used to. But y'all have always put in half of the $180,000 of the other contracts. I want to thank y'all. They did take possession on January 1st. I want to thank y'all, John and David. I know that Bill Rattay was very instrumental in that. He's actually the one that, I guess, found him for us, right? So, but I want to thank y'all. It's something that's necessary. This group that we hired, and I say we, the city and the county, they're going to be able to provide more resources than what we've ever had through them. The other thing is, we set aside dates, the city and the city, and I think March 3rd through the 6th. So we'll ask commissioners, who's going to want to go to Washington, March 3rd through the 6th, and then go to Austin the 31st through the 3rd in order to present some of the projects or needs, I guess, that the city, the school, the hospital, and the county have. So we look forward to that. There was a conversation, and I tried to have it this morning with Jackie. It's not going to affect the city, but it's going to affect us. We'll have Jackie come in and visit with us. From the appraisal district, the school brought up yesterday that there was we need to have a conversation on the wind farm. So we're going to try to put it on the agenda in case action needs to be taken in 2 weeks, and we will visit with Dr. Rios and the school, the hospital, because those are the ones that it's going to be affecting, not the city, but it's going to be affecting us. Again, we know that the bridge is going to be a hot topic, and like I told Mary yesterday, it's going to be a conversation that we're going to have. It's coming. But I think, in visiting with him yesterday, as long as we can have the conversation, we're going to be able to get somewhere versus just everybody taking off and doing whatever we want to do by ourselves. But again, I wanted to recognize y'all, and I want to thank y'all for coming. And you hear that the city and the county don't work together, but that's not true. we have one item that we're gonna have conversations over, and I think the rest of them, they're just gonna be ironed out if there is issues, but I don't think there's anything else. But I wanna thank you, okay? And I wanted to do that right now, that way we're gonna go into executive session, but before I did that, in case y'all leave. And, the other thing is, under judges' comments, last week was birthday, Commissioner Flores' birthday. So we bought him a cake.
Oh, my goodness.
Thank you. We bought him a cake.
Appreciate it.
And, if y'all don't mind, we've done it, to Commissioner Ward now.
Nah.
So now we're gonna do it. We're gonna sing, if y'all don't mind, join me in singing happy birthday to Commissioner Flores. Happy birthday to you.
Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, dear Commissioner Flores.
There we go.
Happy birthday to you.
Thank you. Thank you all very much. Thank you.
Boom.
The funny candles? After Commissioner's Court, there's gonna be cake, orange juice, coffee, and water. They're at the main courtroom if y'all wanna come after Commissioner's Court. Or if y'all are leaving now, they can cut the cake, cut a piece of cake for y'all right now. Before I read, closed session consultation, I will tell y'all that, Commissioner Flores is one of the main reasons that if y'all like me here or don't like me here, he's the one to blame. We were hauling, material for his subdivision, there by the airport. And he says, I'm gonna run for commissioner. I got the giggle. I started laughing. I said, I'm not gonna say what I said, but I started laughing. He said, no, I'm serious. And I said, so you're running for commissioner? He says, yeah. I said, you know what? You run, I'll run. He said, you're gonna run. So, in 1982, I wanted to run for commissioner. My grandfather was judge, and my grandfather told me never to run for a political office. It is the dirtiest job you can ever have. And that was my grandfather. He said, it's gonna take a lot, and basically he told me I had to grow up. Wasn't ready. But, Commissioner Flores, after that conversation, you used to have the phones in the truck, up against the, back then, you didn't have the little phones, you had the big old phone. So I called Sylvia, and Sylvia says, you're gonna what? I said, I just talked to Gus. Gus is running. I wanna run too.
I told him he got real quiet and just thinking, everything okay? Everything okay? All right, I'll see you later. And I get a call and say, hey, I'm running too.
Yeah, so, he's the reason. So, I don't know if you can hold it against him or not, but, it's one of those deals.
I'm the reason for the seasons.
But I wanna thank him,
You're welcome.
we have, me and him are usually the ones that usually get after each other the most and have during the years that we've been here. But I have a lot of respect for him, and he's got a good heart. So that counts
Thank
a
you,
lot.
Judge.
Yes, ma'am.
May I approach?
Yeah, the judge's comments,
I know
of course.
I'm not,
Mhm.
on the
No, you were here in their citizens' comments, I saw it.
Good morning, Judge.
Good morning.
Good morning, Commissioner Sports and everyone here. You just reminded me right now about how important it is and how well it is for our citizens and our community to know that we are working together, and the county as well as the city and all the entities. We're working together to promote the betterment of this county, the city, the residents. And with that said, I do want to acknowledge Commissioner Vasquez for his help in promoting the safety and security of our warming shelter. A decision will be made tomorrow. Ms. Shawna Burkhart announced last night, the city manager. A decision will be made tomorrow in regards to upcoming Arctic blast for next week, as to when the warming shelter and where it's going to be. And again, I just want to thank you all for your all support.
Thank you.
Thank you, ma'am.
Thank you for bringing that up for Commissioner Vasquez. I appreciate that. Thank you so much. I'm gonna go in and go to item 40. closed session, consultation pursuant to Texas Government Code A 551.071, attorney-client privilege, B 551.071, A, contemplated litigation, C 551.072, regarding the purchase, exchange, and lease and value of real property and possible action open session thereafter, D 551.073, regarding the negotiated contract, lease, or value of real property and possible action open session thereafter, E 551.076, regarding security advices, security audits, and or security personnel. If y'all will give us the room, we'll take a little break, and then we'll go into, executive session.
Priest? No, we're not.
We'll go back to it. Commissioners Court, I'll come back into session. It's 11:40. We're in executive session. No action was taken. We did table an item 15, discussion possible action on distribution.
10:40.
Huh?
10:40, Judge.
10:40.
You said 11:40. I think you're hungry.
Yeah. You know, our county attorney has gotten, he's paying attention to everything. He is. He's on the ball. I like it. Item 15, it's 10:40, Wednesday, January 15th. Item 15, discussion possible action on the distribution of water totes that are at the fairgrounds, which have already been declared surplus. There's 38 total. I don't know if y'all want to start with 7, 8 apiece for now, and then, leave some there.
Surplus and whatever's left,
I
yeah.
think the sheriff judge wants some, or?
Let me,
The last time that we had issues at the jail with the freeze, we had problems, and we had problems finding totes. So I'd like to set some aside, or that the court set some aside for the sheriff's office.
how many, 8?
6 would be fine.
6 for the sheriff.
We'll split it 5 ways, 6 on, 6 each.
6, yeah. And leave 2, we can do 6,
And then the other ones are at the fairground.
I will, make a motion. How many ways?
I'll make a motion to split, what are the totes? The water totes, 5 ways, 6 apiece. 5 ways, 6 apiece.
Including the sheriff?
Including the sheriff, including the sheriff.
Surplus to stay at the fairgrounds.
Yeah.
And remaining,
Add something, 'cause
totes
don't.
stay at the fairgrounds.
Okay.
I'll second that, Judge.
It's a motion.
Okay. Motion was to split them 5 ways, and whatever the 6 apiece, and then whatever surplus is to leave at the fairgrounds. That work?
Yeah, thank you for clarifying that.
The math in my mind wasn't working. It was like 6. Okay, a motion, Commissioner Flores. Second, Commissioner Vasquez. All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Anybody against? Motion carries. There's nothing else, David? Nothing? Okay. Item 41, Commissioners' comments? No? Item 42, I wanted to put this out early. In the budget that the county judge files, which is me, for August, before August 15th, in that budget, I will propose that our county employees that are already on 40-hour weeks go to 40-hour weeks. And I'm putting that out now. That way, if the departments have questions or concerns, they can come all in stream now. But, again, in the budget that I propose, county employees that are not on 40-hour weeks, in my budget will, go to 40-hour week versus a 37.5-hour week that are here now. And then, depending on the rate, our taxable values when they come in, will depend on the raises that individuals are going to be receiving. Okay, but I wanted to do that early in the year. That way it gives the employees an opportunity to see what's going on and just be transparent. All right. Item 43, I'll entertain a motion to adjourn.
Second.
Motion, Commissioner Vasquez, second, Commissioner Flores. All those in favor? Aye. Anybody against? Motion carries 3-0. We are adjourned. Thank y'all so much.
Thank you.